My name is Marilyn Phipps Kettlewell, and the first poem I will read is Monini. Monini was queen of the coal kitchen, standing within 6 square feet of soot, in front of 4 pits glowing with embers, churning the bubbling bean sauce, beaming the yellow kernels of her smile at the chickens flapping in the loose ashes below, strung together by the feet with sisal, their furious claws resembling the old people's toenails. She sighed as she sat on a low straw chair, the heat-lacquered columns of her black legs folded in a squat, her soiled apron caught between her knees, forming a valley just below the wrinkled mound of the belly to sort out peas, the good, the deceased, though all grew round together in the same pod. When she took off the flowered scarf she wore, Monini's hair resembled rice paddies, with traced avenues on her scalp that glistened like the moist red earth of Kenskoff Mountains in soft fog. The remnants of frizzy white down were gathered into inch-long, upright, puffed-up braids, which, in the darkness of the windowless kitchen, seemed the luminous gathering of her ancestors' will-o'-the-wisps, filled with murmurs about the secrets of her strength, joy, and the sweetness of the food she cooked. Frog. If it could be done, would you want to be made into a frog? If it meant having a thin, boned spine, gray-green, humid skin that feels the sting of any slight insect you might otherwise gobble and swallow, sit the world apart in a wide, 4-legged, sweaty squat, the beating of your heart showing in your throat, and yet be able to leap a distance many times your own measure. If it meant you can enter water more vast than your body can ever swim through, and nevertheless relaxed, arms and legs stretched open, like a molecule afloat, round eyes absorbing the world through greenish inner screens that draw towards and within you the soft slithering silk of water's surface, the slosh and sway of high palm leaves, defiant birds gathered in the immense blue end, even then still be able to stare at the sun. And if it also meant you could dive deep in the far depth of the water, go down, down to where there is no bottom, none to feel or reach, down to an infinity of movement that requires no breath. If it could be done, and it meant you would know love, would you come to be born a man? Or even woman? Birds. Sky and dreams share the same limitless screen. Brave birds live there. They fashion themselves in our image. Their laughter carries over vast distances. Like thoughts about the coming fall, they suddenly migrate in hordes from the invisible heavens, flying in uneven strips of dotted black lace. Luminous clouds gather above, unreachable, but all can be held in a single drop of rain as it falls into the palm of our hand. Our mind seeks sleep, while we only need our heart to see the immaterial face we love. Is it ever understood that a family on earth is only birds, partners in play, shrill and driven by the chance of streams, held by the strength of their wings? Is it ever understood that each one of us is but a bird, choosing or not to rest in the dream thought of another's heart, halted in its flight for a while down below? On Good Friday, the long black line of livestock in a procession towards the slaughterhouse resembles that made by monks who walk to the altar in silence, 2 by 2, like Noah's chosen. They kneel down 3 times on the way and prostrate themselves each time. At last, they espouse the earth at the foot of the cross, which they kiss with thin, offered lips, thus making out of death, in which they see themselves, find and join each other, the arch that lifts them, saves them out of the terrestrial malediction, and leads them to a place more propitious to true life. Wild rabbits or mice, we are hardly better. Easily frightened, we flee from all that presents itself as greater than us, as shadow, as image, as gesture. Yet, we too must go one day beyond ourselves and realize at last what in fantasies and rites we had already accomplished: to live the death that demands the gift of a live heart that knows how to expand within a body that only knew how to shrink. This is the last poem, and it's called Bow. Bow, O love, bow to music, bow to what steals your youth, what has graven your brow and sunken your eyes beneath waves. Bow to the mold you chose, into which you pressed your being, to be defined, challenged, and made complete. You are its instrument, its white baton. You are its child whom it moves and uplifts, a creature who flaps his arms, caught in the wordless thrill of parting with ground and gravity. You are a man dreamt by vast measures, existing apart, a man who dares the only leaps afforded beasts, us, burdened below by hunger for transubstantial events. Bow, O love, bow, with your wings spread open, even if they'd be cut for their overt boldness, and even if your head be sent rolling along with those of the unfairly martyred.